how many players should you bring to your Cayo Perico Heist as the host. So as the host, of course, you want to make the most amount of profits possible, right? So I'm going to tell you if you should do a heist solo or if you should bring more players to your heist. We are going to cover all of that in this video. I have a big spreadsheet here, so if you are interested in that, check out my Discord, link in the description. But let's move on here if you want to just see the basic information here. To calculate my math here, I've had the basis of a solo heist where the player only grabs coke, because I have assumed that the gold solo access glitch is going to be patched in the future. You know, Rockstar usually patch glitches, except for, of course, the replay glitch. So this door glitch is probably going to be patched in the future. So therefore, I'm not covering it in this video. But here you can see all of the different values you can get solo. It can range from Tequila being worth as low as 1.347 million to as high as the Panther statue solo with 2.5 million. Let's start off with all of the primary targets here in order. I'm just going to tell you the information you're going to need here. Let's start it. So with Tequila, it is better to do Tequila with 3 players, even with only 3 golds in a compound and the rest being cocaine or weed. And Tequila also gives the host 100k less with 4 players than it does with 3 players. So therefore, Tequila is best to do with 3 players, then 2 players, and then solo. As I said, with 3 players, you need to have at least 3 gold in the compound to make a profit, but usually you get around 3 golds in the compound. And then after that, you just grab coke and or weed. Moving on to the ruby necklace, that is actually best to do with 3 players, and then 2 players, and then solo. And 4 players on a 55% cut is actually better than a 3-player heist with the ruby necklace on a 65% cut to the host, even with only 4 stacks of gold. So that means if you have 4 stacks of gold in the compound and the ruby necklace, then consider bringing along 4 people instead of 3 people, with one of the 3 people getting a 20% cut. The host will make more with 4 players and all of them getting 15% than with 3 players and one of them getting a 20% cut. With the bearer bonds, it is actually 3 players on the 70% cut, meaning that both of them get a 15% cut. It's the best even with 4 gold stacks, meaning that 2 players comes in second, the 4 player is in third, and solo being the worst. That means if you have bearer bonds, always bring along more people as long as you have gold to cover it. So with 3 people, you need 4 gold stacks to make a best profit. With 2 players, you will need 3 stacks of gold. And with 4 players, you're going to, of course, need 6 stacks of gold to make a big profit. So solo is the worst because I've assumed you only grab gold. But of course, it is rare to get 6 stacks of gold with bearer bonds. So consider doing bearer bonds solo if you have less than 3 stacks of gold, I guess. But like usually 2 player is better than solo. So do 2 players usually, that's what I'm going to say. If you have not enough gold to do it with 3 players, which is 4 stacks of gold. Okay, moving on to pink diamond here. With the pink diamond, it is actually best to do this with 2 players, with all of them only grabbing gold. Then 3 players comes in second, with all of them only grabbing gold, of course. And then 4 player normal, with all of them grabbing gold with the pink diamond. So this is highly unlikely. But let's say you have the pink diamond and you actually get 6 stacks of gold. Then it's better to do the heist with 4 players on normal difficulty than it is doing it solo with 4 stacks of gold. Actually, if you have 4 stacks of gold with the pink diamond, it is actually better to do it with 4 players on normal difficulty than it is doing it on solo. Additionally, 4 players on harder difficulty is not worth doing at all. So if you actually have 6 stacks of gold and 4 players with the pink diamond, it's not worth doing it above 3 players or 2 players or solo even. And moving on to the Black Panther here, 2 player is best for the Black Panther and then solo for Black Panther. It's not worth doing it with either 3 or 4 players for the host. Of course, you will get more money in total for your crew in the heist, but the host is going to make less money with the Black Panther with 3 or 4 players. And here, as you can see, we have the profits here. So if you are interested in that, then check it out if you are interested. And I will leave a link to that in my Discord. So check it out if you're interested. By the way, I am live streaming every Monday and Friday, sometimes in the weekend. So hit the bell if you want to see that. I will see you all in my next video. Take care, everyone.